What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today, I'm here at the shop real early in the morning. I spend most of my early mornings here before I actually go to my real job. Today, we get in the Speed 6, more dialed for the dyno. I got some progress made. We got the wastegate dump tube ran from up top. That's all fitted and nice now. One thing I want to make this episode about is the upgraded DriveShaft shop rear axles for the Speed 6. A lot of guys have hit me up over the last year asking me to reach out to DriveShaft shop about the fitment issues we're having with some vehicles versus others. They did make a revision to the axles itself in the back. The CV housing seemed to be a little bit beefier, and the stub of the spline that goes into the diff seems to be a little bit longer than it used to be, which pushes out the CV boot a significant amount towards the wheel. So I'm going to show you guys what is causing an issue and how to get around it, or what you have to do. I'm in the works right now talking to DriveShaft shop. This is nothing really on them at all. They designed these based off of a stock car, and this is just one of those things that's just growing pains, and I am working with them, and they are being receptive to it. So no hate on them at all. Just kind of trying to work through it so we can get a revision done that will suit everybody for the platform. And that's what I'm going to be doing for you guys, along with some other people. I've gotten input from other guys that are making big power and are using these axles. So, and then for the everyday guy that's just bombing around town that wants these axles so they can launch their car and have fun. So I'm going to show you guys what I ran into. I knew I was going to, but I wanted to replicate it for myself to see the issue firsthand. So let's flip the camera around and get to it. All right, so we make our way to the back of the car. I got the passenger side axle in. This one clears no problem. If you guys notice, I have an aftermarket sway bar. This is a white line rear sway bar, and the issue is that these are a little bit thicker than stock, so obviously it makes the bushing stick out farther. So this side clears no problem. We don't have any clearance issues, none of that sort. But if we make our way to the driver's side, everything fits good until we come to here. Now, everybody has noticed on the forums that this axle sticks out from the diff versus seating up to the coupling here, how the old revision used to. Now, this doesn't leak or anything or cause any issues, but the fact that the band is now pushed back and it is coming in contact with the sway bar bushing on the sway bar. Now, guys that have a stock sway bar with the smaller bushing, because you still got to get the smaller bushings if you run these axles. These are 23 millimeter prothane bushings that you can get with the actual hardware, and you need those regardless. But with the stock axles, you gain much more clearance because the bar is smaller. So what's happening is if I rotate this, it actually self-clearanced itself already. But if you see the band clamp, right, it's not touching anymore because it already clearanced it. But that's the issue we're running into, and I don't know how much more it's gonna contact when I drive. This is just moving my car in and out of the garage so I could see if it happened, and it did. So I don't know if the axle will deflect left or right while I'm driving. Not really something I want to find out too much, just because I don't want to destroy the axle boot or the CV. I can put a new rebuild band on them, but I'd rather not damage it. We are a week out from the dyno, so I'd need to get this tested. I have a stock rear sway bar on the way just to test in case. But I do have these revisions out to DriveShaft shop to let them know what's happening and if we can move the stub end over here in to move the boot this way. Because if the CV comes in another, 3/4 of an inch to an inch, this clearance will never be an issue. You'll just have the boot here, and it'll never contact it, and it'll be all hunky-dory, because there are a lot of guys out there that run aftermarket sway bars. And I want this to be a product that all customers can use, no matter if you have a stock sway bar in the back or an aftermarket sway bar like I do in this car. I would like it because, you know, sometimes I do like to get in the turns and have a little fun. It's not all about straight line to everybody. So these cars are super enjoyable in the turns, especially the guys that autocross. And it would be nice to have something that'll work for everybody. So I am working on it right now, guys. I just wanted to let you know how this is. I'm not gonna run it this way. I am gonna take this sway bar off. Unless I can figure out a way to clearance it right now to make it work, then I will. But for the way it sits right now, I think that it's gonna need to have a stock sway bar put back on, because I don't think that's gonna hold up. But like I said, I am working on it, and I hope you guys understand that this is no fault of DriveShaft Shop. They are taking criticism from me, and I have talked to them, and it's not exactly from me, it's from all you guys that have messaged me or have dealt with this yourself. I just want you guys to know I'm working on it to get some kind of revision out there. For the guys that already have the axles and are running them, you've already found a provision to make it work. But I'm trying to help out the next guy that goes to buy these axles so they can be 100% worry-free when you put them in. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on that. Update on the car. Everything is ready to go. I'm trying to hunt down a coolant leak. There's a coolant leak that is like, it's getting on the back of the block, and I thought about the head at first, and I can't see anything coming from the head. I don't know if it's like a heater core hose that has like a slice in it, and under certain circumstances it's like spraying against the back of the block. I have to find it because it's dripping down underneath, and it's like super hard to figure out where it was coming from. So I cleaned it all up to figure that out. Just pre-dyno inspecting myself, because I don't want to have any issues that could have been prevented while I'm on the dyno that I could physically see now. Fuel cell is ready to go. I was talking to you guys about the PI system that I was going to be making for you guys. Basically, we would put tabs on it like this. I just have to pre-drill these for bolt holes. So I'll probably drill out like a 1/4 inch hole or something like that. And that way we can mount it in the trunk. I do have like a false floor put in there right now, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. Pop the trunk here. So we got a piece of aluminum in here. I gotta cut one more corner, round it off right here. There is like a little step up in the trunk here that it's hitting. But basically this is gonna go down, and we're basically gonna rivet this in place so that it stays. And that way we can bolt through our fuel cell, and the fuel cell will just sit on top of that. It'll be solid once it's bolted down. But yeah, we'll basically just cover the spare tire well with this and bolt it down. And then my plan is that once this is all bolted down or whatever, I'm going to mark those on the carpet. And what I want to do is put the carpet down so that I can bolt the fuel cell through the carpet so that it looks like more factory-ish. So that's the plan. I think what I might do is I might put bolts through the bottom, and that way I can just drop the fuel cell on this like a stud kind of deal, and then just put nuts on it. So that's kind of the plan, and that's what I'm gonna do. So we got that, and then we gotta tidy the battery up and the cables over there, and we'll be all set back here. A lot of people have been asking me what these taillights are. These are M6 Customs V3 LED lights. I'll put a link in the description. You guys can check them out. As far as the car goes, everything else is good to go. I actually I ended up taking out the fuel pump in here again. I had a crack on the top of the top head of the fuel pump. So I actually took that out. I bought a whole new kit from Mazda, and I completely rebuilt the whole basket and everything with new O-rings and all that stuff. So that, I don't have to worry about that. That's all good to go. Yeah, everything up here is good. I'll show you guys this coolant leak that I'm telling you about. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it or not. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. It's on the back of the block. I don't know where it's coming from. I'm trying to figure that out. It's definitely moist, and it's green, so I know it's coolant. I don't feel anything by the head gasket, so that's good. But yeah. Oh, I got the wideband, the Innovate wideband sensor hooked up. I gotta tuck the harnesses back for both O2 sensors. But other than that, I think we're gonna get ready to go. Before I run the PI, I don't remember if I cleaned these injectors up here. I don't remember. If not, they've been sitting a long time. I don't think they had much run time on them, but better safe than sorry. I'm probably gonna pop the fuel rail off before I run fuel to it and take these injectors over to my guy here locally and get these cleaned and flow tested. These are 2200cc injectors. I just had them cleaned when we started having issues with the car, and they were like, they flowed at like 2050 cc, so they are really good. And I just want to be sure, so I'll probably get those cleaned just to be positive, and we'll be good to go. The regular injectors have been cleaned, I know that for sure. Just a couple things to clean up over here. The Innovate wideband has a boost reference, so I do have to tap and take a line from there and tap that into the line over here for the turbo. And I gotta mount my MAC valve somewhere. I'm working on that right now, but other than that, I got everything else over here tucked away, nice and cleaned up. Gives me a lot of access down here for sure. So, and then powder coating for this pipe I'll do once the car is dialed in and we know there's not any issues where I have to take anything apart in the car. Fingers crossed that doesn't have to happen, but at least everything is all fabricated and done now. So if I do were to have to pull this motor out to, like, you know, take a trans out or whatever, I would literally just like unplug everything, pull the motor out, drop the trans, put it back on and put it back in. So all the little bits and pieces that we need to refabricate and put together is all done, so we don't have to worry about that stuff. So pain in the ass regardless. Our dyno appointment is on the 16th, so next week. So we got things to do. I just wanted to check that axle. I might drive around the parking lot just to see back and forth with turning and stuff like that, if it does anything else to that axle, and kind of hit some bumps to see if it deflects at all or does any more damage. I'm willing to take that risk just because I need to find out, because I have a stock sway bar coming. It should be shipping out today from my guys at Ace Solutions Auto Parts. I get all my stuff for part out, like from part out cars from them. So big update. I just wanted to let you guys in on that information for the DriveShaft shop axles. I feel like it's something that everybody should know before you go spend $800+ on axles. If you do need them, hit me up. I am working on, if you have a stock sway bar, you have nothing to worry about at all. If you have an aftermarket sway bar, wait until I find a solution. But if you need anything, regardless, hit us up, spoolingupperformance.com. The next episode you see on this, hopefully we will be driving on the road, getting some data logs for Justin before we head to the dyno. But I appreciate you guys stopping in, and we'll see you later. Peace.